Hey team, got a bit of an idea for you if you're wanting to go on a bit of a growth journey or things are going really well for you at the moment. I've got 3 suggestions of areas that you can do some lifting and some work on. Area number 1, deep integrity, your fundamental character strength. That's number 1. Number 2, developing the core character strength of courage. Number 3, overcoming ego or developing the depth of humility. So those are 3 character development areas that can really serve you well. Let's start off at number 1. Number 1, deep integrity and fundamental character strength. So deep integrity is about taking time to think thoroughly through what's really important to you and then to act congruently with that. That seems easy and really light. Actually, it requires some real time. I think Covey does it in a way that he zooms out to the end of his life and has a lens of what he wants people that are important to him to say about him, right? And it's funeral kind of setting. Another way to do it is just to ask yourself, in the key focus areas of life, actually, what do I want that to be looking like? How do I want that to be for me rather than where it is now? And then act in alignment with it. So integrity is acting in alignment with your words. Deep integrity is acting in alignment with that you've deeply thought through, internalized, and are working to be congruent on. That's number 1. Number 2, courage. Dr. Thomas Stanley talked about courage. It can be developed, but it can't be nurtured in an environment that eliminates all risk, all danger, or difficulty. Think about those conversations that you haven't had, that you've avoided. Employing people and finding people in your team that are better than you. Admitting to your team that you don't have all the answers, you don't have all the solutions for it. Being willing to be fully transparent and honest about where things are at. So it takes courage to do all those, and it can't be nurtured without there being some risk or some danger sometimes. But here's the good news. Courage can be developed simply by self-signaling, by taking courageous actions. You start to believe that about yourself. So that's the second one, courage. Number 3, ego is the enemy, is what Ryan Holiday framed it up as in his book. Or another one is humility, right? Or self-effacing. So it's not about you. I really like Jim Collins's lens in his work in the book, Good to Great. He talked about level 5 leaders, and a key component of their makeup was it wasn't about them. It was about the purpose or about the mission or about the kaupapa that they were involved in. It was about that, not about them. So when they stepped off, it carried on. The trajectory carried on because they developed teams and people that were able to carry on with it, that they were doing lots of the decision making and moving things forward. So it not being about you. When things are going really well, sometimes we actually get in the way. It starts to be about our own ego rather than what's best for the purpose or for the particular kaupapa that we're engaging in. Okay, there's 3 areas you can do some work in. Develop your deep integrity, develop your courage, and certainly develop your ability to get out of your own way. So overcoming your ego or developing your depth of humility. Give it a go. Steve out.